one of the greatest episodes, I would say, of this great series was last week's episode. Really cannot wait to get into this episode and basically try to figure out who is the killer. That is what we're going to do right now. What up to everybody who's watching now? What up to everybody who will be watching later? As always, this is not the Don by himself, but it is what up to all my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best of Don Tony Teflon, and you are listening to and watching the sexiest podcast in the world, the Lady of Don. And as always, I have to have my beautiful, sexy, vivacious
oh my God. Who is she? Where is she?
So that's you right there. Elamar,
I want to meet her. I'm good. I'm always good when I'm here. It's such a good thing to be here. It's like taking a breath in, and out, and yeah. I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Tony?
I am with the Wasum. I am definitely with that Wasum. Definitely with that. What up to everybody? Let me say what up to the people who are joining us here. We got Lady M of House Stark. What up to you? We have a Code Knox. What's going on? Ripstick, Red Lipstick Club is in the building. What is going on? Luna is rocking with us right now. Big E was in it, and Quicksilver wasn't that quick. He sure wasn't.
No, he was not. Oh my God. Oh my God. The feels I had when I.
All right, let's talk about. We're gonna talk about that right now, right? Listen, I did not. It's so funny that in the Marvel movie, right, when they have not him playing Quicksilver, but they have someone else playing Quicksilver. The Quicksilver character says, he goes, "You didn't see that coming?" And that is exactly how I felt about this situation. Right? I didn't see that coming. I did not see him. And listen, we went through the IMDb and we went through how many episodes each person was in. Mm-hmm. And I did not see this man getting knocked
I gotta tell you, I didn't do my homework. I'm not ready. I didn't do what we were doing last time. We were like sneaking through to see, the information we had on the people. I did not. I would not even have caught it probably if I have done it either. I would be like, oh, he probably was, not in some of the earlier ones. So I probably would have missed it. But this was a hit. Like, he got hit. Like, did you see? I mean, he just one shot.
Oh, this was a Call of Duty headshot, video game. Like, it was bang.
Brain matter on that thing. There was brain matter.
Yeah, you
couldn't. On the wall.
You couldn't hit a better shot.
No.
And I know that everyone. I have a pistol permit. You have a pistol permit. You enjoy shooting at the range.
Oh, yes, we do.
If you shoot a shot at the range like that, you're extremely happy to get a shot.
Yes, like that. I mean, I am a good shot. You have seen my things. I think I've sent it to you.
Yes, I've seen it, but you are a good shot. With both hands, too.
Both hands, even the broken one. That was a weird thing to do. Anyway. Yeah, but that was, I felt it, not, like I didn't feel it hitting me. I felt it, leaving my gone kind of thing. Oh, anyway.
All right. Yeah, it was definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, a shocking moment to me. I did not expect to see that. And I think that, the title of this episode was Illusion. And I think that's what we got in this episode was everything. A lot of things were illusions. Yeah. We got he was an illusion. His whole story of how he solved that case really wasn't the way it really happened. He really didn't solve the case. He stole it. And it was pretty obvious that he was an incompetent cop as soon as he came over. And
right. Had to be you called it. You did call it. Like, and people in the chat, they said like, no, he wouldn't. Yeah. So now we know why you said that and why some of the people in chat said that too. And
that's right, definitely listen to the down. I'm not saying this thing to say it. I say it because of what it is. Thank you, Joanne Evans, for the $5 super chat. I think Kenny and his brothers play poker with the killer, maybe the priest too. We are going to get into that, Joanne. I promise you, we will get into all these suspects. But yes, I do think that the line, it's poker night, means something big. I don't think that's just a toss away line that he has poker night. I think that definitely there's something else going on there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's the way they ended it was they wrapped it up too fast for me. So I don't believe it really ends like that at all. I don't think I don't think so. I think it's definitely something else going on here without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, illusions. We're dealing with the illusion situation. I think everyone's anxious to get into the killers and everything. But the whole thing was illusion. But I will say this: the woman playing Mare's mother, she has the best jokes. Everything funny that happens to her. And this guy, literally, and I've been to after like wakes. I mean, after the funeral's over.
Oh my God!
I've been to so many of those in my life, unfortunately.
But that one,
they're always like that in the house, and people eating food and walking around. But never in my life would I think that somebody, when his wife had just passed away, admit to everyone that he's having an affair with the lady.
I mean, the way Mary acted. I mean, at first I did not catch that she was actually talking about her mother, right? Because it was her mother, right? Her name is Helen, right? I mean, yeah. At first I'm like, no, he wouldn't. Like, why? He's not just exposing himself to people like that. He is actually showing a person who's still ticking, who's still here. Like, why would you want to, like, just because you don't care doesn't mean that the person oh, I slept with that woman, like she's like right there eating the lasagna kind of thing, like, oh, and she's like, it was awful. It's a kiss and kiss and tell. You don't kiss and tell.
No, you're not supposed to. No, that's something you should learn in life as an adult. You never kiss and tell. That's childish. That's something that kids do. So I will say this, and last thing I will say about dealing with the illusion and everything else, I think that Mare said it the best when she was talking to him, that when you do something great, it's a huge burden on you to keep performing greatly. And she's had that burden on her ever since she hit that shot. Oh, she hit the game-winning championship shot. She's going to be somebody special. Well, she wound up being a small-town cop and not leaving her whole town, never made anything of it. And I think a lot of people go through that, whether you're an actor, if you're an actor, or anyone, a sports athlete, or anyone who's famous. Like, you see these people who do great things, like musicians who play all this music, but and they expect you to be so great all the time. Oh, you can play the guitar so great, but they don't realize, you're a regular human being. You have regular problems, just like everybody else. You get addicted to drugs. You have problems with your family. You have all this. They just see that one great moment in you, and it's really hard to keep living up to that moment over and over again.
They showed it perfectly. Pressure of performing, continuing to perform. That reminded me of, I remember every time, let's say school, because I've been in school for a long time. When you leave high school, when you're like a top class, whatever, whoever, when you get to whatever school you want to get to, there's going to be only good people get there. So you're not special anymore at that point. There's a bunch of special people joining that. And then when you go higher, you think, oh yeah, I graduated with this honor, that honor. The only way to get to the other school is with those honors. So you're not special. You have to push yourself even harder. And for some people, that's a huge shock, because they are used to being for the 4 years of growing up, whatever. So with Mare, the same way, like, she was probably happy. Right now, she doesn't seem happy about whatever her things were. And her life, like she said to that detective, like, it's not fun. She's a mess. She's a mess. She is not able to keep pushing herself.
So who is this Green Henry show coming here putting? Why would you come in here and just say this is a spoiler and this, that? Why would you put that in there in the chat?
We don't do spoilers here.
Mods, regulate that person.
Yeah, but I don't know if we actually said it in the beginning. I don't know. That person may be new to us, but we don't do spoilers. We don't look into stuff.
Trying to blow people's spot, man. We're trying to figure this shit out, man.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm not even probably. I learned being a mod in other channels, and you obviously are a good host where you highlight this stuff and you read it. I kind of like just glance through it because I don't want to be spoiled. We don't do spoilers here to just, heads up to anybody and everybody. If you know something that is actually true from whoever, don't say it. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised.
All right, let's go. Let's start. I know why people are here. And that is, who is the killer? They want to get to the suspects of the kill. Let's go through who people believe the killer could actually. Let's start off. We'll start off. What about Frank, Mare's ex? All right, Frank. We know he did not test positive for the DNA. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
At all. So, what do you think about him? Do you think that it's a possibility for him
I'm sorry. Who did
to
you say? Because there were a couple of people. Did you
for,
say Dylan?
Frank is first up.
Oh,
We're gonna go.
Frank.
Be-
Mary's husband. I don't think so, unless he plays poker and I missed it somewhere. Maybe
all
there's
right.
the whole gang. Maybe it's like all of
All
them. I mean, there's so many clues. There's like the red hair baby with issues. Even the detective had like a stutter. Like, what is up with them? Like, they're all from a small
Mhm.
town. Is everybody effing everybody over there? Like,
They usually do in small towns. That's usually the way it goes. I will say this: the biggest clue that people overlooked, I think, is that when the girl, the sex worker, talks to Mare and she gets kidnapped, she
mm,
gets away, she says that the kidnapper had a beard.
yeah.
She says he smoked Winston's, but she said he had a beard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy who got killed did not have a beard. A beard.
Yeah. He kind of had like a little thing growing
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but
but
it
that's
was
not a
not a beard
beard.
at all. It's
That's
like,
not a beard. I mean,
no.
when someone has stubble,
Yeah.
especially nowadays, when people say a
Yeah.
beard, people be saying I don't have a
Proper.
beard, right? And I do, but
Really?
yeah, they'd be like, that ain't no beard, boy.
Oh my God.
But it's a beard, right? So I think that Frank does
Mm,
have a beard, and we talked about, lady brought it up a little bit. The guy has poker nights. He has friends coming over. He's not one of
yeah.
these guys who's just by himself, isolated in the
Yeah.
woods. He's got friends coming over. Could Frank be a friend? I mean,
Mm.
could he be one of the friends of it with Frank? Could he be
I
somebody?
mean, poker night, at least 5 people, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
What's
want
a
to have at
poker
least
night
five people
without
over
five
there.
people? And
Mm-hmm.
what's, the entertainment there, right? There's a bar, and I wasn't sure if it's like an actual functioning bar, but it looked barish enough to me. I mean, there's a counter and there's booze over there, probably. I don't know if it's a working bar, though.
All right. So let me address this
Yeah.
question from Hirsch. I'm just gonna say girl, because he says beards can be shaved off and regrown. All right, that is obviously that is true. I'm not trying to deny that a beard can be shaved off and regrown. But in a show like this, if there's a killer and they said the killer had dreadlocks, they're not gonna have somebody with a bald head, right?
Yeah.
Dreadlocks can be shaved off. When they say things
It's like
like
a
this,
signature thing for somebody.
they're saying this for a reason. They're not just saying
Mm-hmm.
there has to be. They're not going to bring that up there, and then all of a sudden the killer has a bald head, and they're going to show you a picture of him 10 years ago with dreadlocks. They're saying he got dreadlocks. There's something going on with dreadlocks. This guy didn't have a beard, but he had the Winstons, so he had one of the two. Now it's
Mm-hmm.
easy if somebody was his friend and is down with him doing this.
Yeah.
Took his van. He
Yep.
had his cigarettes in his van, and he smoked
Because
his
they're just
cigarette.
there, right? Cigarettes are there. You don't take
Yeah,
all of them with you. You probably, whoever, I don't smoke, so I don't know. But people probably have them like tucked in everywhere.
yeah. So there's no doubt that I'm feeling that the beard is key. Frank, I'm gonna take
Mm.
Frank out of it because I just don't think that now people are going to say, is it two different cases? I guess we have to discuss. Is it two different things? The murder of Erin and this kidnapper. I know a lot of people think it's two different things. I'm still thinking that they're tied together somehow.
I mean, if it were actually they did two different things, that then it's like case closed with this in a way, because the killer is dead, but we don't know anything about it. Like, what would be the, like, we don't, if this guy's dead, there's nothing to speak to him. I don't know how they could make it interesting. Just the girls testifying what happened. I mean, there needs to be some kind of a twist to it. If it's just him and he's dead, there's nothing.
Yeah,
It's
I
dead,
think
like it's gone.
Yeah, I think to me, I think it's they're connected. I think that the reason
Mm-hmm.
why they put that all on that same website means somehow that it's
Mm-hmm.
connected all to each other. There's something
Mm-hmm.
going on. Something. There's some
Yeah.
connection going on there and stuff because it led them to this person. Her being on that website led them to find these people. I think it's more than that. I think that it's
Mm-hmm.
somehow connected. Not saying that the actual killer killed the girl who had the kidnapper killed Erin, but he has
Mm-hmm.
something to do with that also. He has something to do with Erin. He's somehow because I think it's somebody else. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get rid of Frank on this one. I just don't. I think it's obvious, too obvious for it to be him. I just don't think it's him. They tried to make you believe it's him, and we know that girl and the girls are liars and stuff like that, right? We know that the one girl she purposely lied and stuff.
Yep.
We'll
Her
get into
Aaron's
that.
friend.
So
Yeah.
I think everyone here in the chat and you and me were both saying that Frank is not the suspect. All right. What about? We'll say. What about Laurie, Matt's best friend? Do you think that she has it in her to have killed this girl? I don't. I don't think we could put her in there.
I don't think so. I mean, there's obviously this whole thing about her husband having the same, I guess, lover, the
Having
same
the affair.
woman.
Yeah, the
Affair,
affair.
yes. But if it's the same woman and they call it an affair, it's not the same thing as, calling the, for the, what do you call them? For the sex workers. It's not sex worker. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Yeah.
He's having an affair.
Yeah.
With them, and we'll go right into her husband John too.
Mm-hmm.
Right to it, because that's what we're talking about. So he's having an affair with the same woman. I think this woman is Faye. I think that's who he's having the affair with.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Faye. Because we said, Frank said he's having problems with her, right?
Yes, but I wonder if the problems are because, what's wrong with you and your family? What am I getting into? Marrying not just him, but marrying his family. But that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's because this is what I think happened. Because you see the one night when they all go out, when they're celebrating his engagement, right? Frank, that's the night that the murder happened, when they're celebrating his engagement. And I think that this guy, he said that Frank pissed in his closet and was so drunk.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that night he got with her. He got with Faye that night. I think that maybe that was the one night he hooked up with her and stuff. So I think that Faye is the chick he's having an affair, that he's been having an affair with and everything. I think it's her again. I think that's what it is. But getting back to him, I think that he is involved in the kidnappings 100%.
You mean John, right?
I think he's the bearded man. I think he's the bearded man, without a doubt.
His brother, it looks a little bit too, not so built, like the person that we saw. I don't know. Because he has the beard and his brother has the beard, right? But
his brother has a slight beard. Yeah, slight beard.
Yes,
and
like kind of
a full beard.
Yeah, so maybe describing John would be somebody with a beard, and then his brother would be somebody with facial hair.
Yes, I think it would go like that. Yeah, I think he's the poker night partner. I think he plays poker with this guy. I think he's friends with this guy, and I think he's the guy who went out there and tried to kidnap that girl. I think it was him. I think he's the one who hangs out there, and I think that's his boy. They look like the type of people who would be boys. And I just don't think they're going to bring in a guy to be the kidnapper. The one episode they bring him in, they take him out, and the story's over. I just don't think it's going to be that. I think it has to be more than that. So I think he has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, that he is definitely down 100% with the kidnapper. He's a part of that whole situation.
Yeah, so he may be the keeper, but not a kidnapper. Maybe they're just like splitting stuff, like just not being everywhere.
It seems like he said after he said he's going to his son. He's like, I'm going to make this right. It's my fault. I'm going to make this right. So he may have a sex problem, but he can't stop fucking. And that's
there are
why
people who have that legit problems.
Yeah, and if he could have, because look, I figure I look at it like this: that guy, this killer, kidnapper, he had this girl down there for a whole year, right?
Yes.
Just the one girl,
and then one before that too, for however long.
And now all of a sudden he wants to get. No, I'm talking about the one. He had the girl. He had the girl down there for a year, and then he just kidnapped the recent one.
Yes.
And brought her in there.
Yeah.
So he had the one in there for a year, and then he kidnapped the other girl just recently.
And then
Like
before that,
so,
he had one who got pregnant, and then she disappeared.
yeah,
So they're like,
that one who
yeah,
got disappeared. She got pregnant. They
yeah,
got rid of her. So why all of a sudden is he getting on? So usually it seems like he gets like one at a time, but now
mm-hmm.
maybe two when that one's about to go. He got the other one, got pregnant, so he had to get rid of her. So he needed another one. This girl didn't seem like she was pregnant, so why would
Yeah,
he get another one unless he has a partner down there
right.
doing this together, and they're doing some sick Pulp Fiction
Yes,
type shit
yeah.
together, And I think could be some because I think that's hard to when you have secrets and stuff like that. I think that it's hard to keep secrets to yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a good point. Sorry, the Green Henry show said the girls said that he would tie them up when they played poker. That people didn't know about the girls. I just
Well, I
realized
don't
it.
think
Yeah.
everyone knew, right? So not everyone knew. You can't if you in poker. As you said, it's a 5-people game. You're not gonna tell all 5 people because no one's gonna be down with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but one person out of the poker gang that's your close friends,
Mm-hmm.
easy to tell that person.
Yeah.
Not every poker
Yeah.
player, not everyone knows
And
stuff.
not
You know what
everybody
I mean?
has to, be a part of the, participating in that. I mean, poker night ends at some point, right? Some people go
Yeah,
home.
poker nights end, everyone's
Mm-hmm.
gone. Hey, buddy, you want to come downstairs and have some fun with
Exactly.
me? And then like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll have some fun. You just go downstairs and boom, boom, boom. This guy has a problem cheating on his wife, and he's a sex addict. He could be a part of it. I think it's him. I think he's down. I think that's the tie-in story to this kidnapper. I just don't think the kidnapping is ending where it's at right now. I just don't see it being there.
Hmm. Yeah, it's I just keep thinking what a small town, and and it doesn't look like a small town. They have a big river and a big bridge over there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look so tiny. But it's
Hello.
apparently small enough.
Yeah, I know it seems like a small little hamlet. I
Mm,
think it is. I think it's a hamlet, and it seems like a small little hamlet. And sometimes that's enough when it all goes down.
wow.
And people say only 2 episodes left. The kidnapping angle is done. I don't think so. I think it all ties together in the end. What I doubt. I think it all ties. So I'm going with Frank. What about you? How do you feel about Frank? I don't know about the killer of Erin, but I'm saying he's down with the kidnapper. What do you think about Frank?
Frank. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Frank. Frank, that's her mayor's husband or ex-husband, right?
I mean, John. I'm sorry, John.
Okay, so John, yeah, I
John.
think he's involved with that. There definitely is a problem. Normally, I'm assuming if there would be an affair and somebody's, caught or confesses or something happens, you don't go back to the same person unless if you do, then it's basically, why don't you just resolve your marriage because you keep going back to that person? So he has an issue, and that issue, if he really wants it, if he really is a sex addict, I don't know. I think he's involved. I just don't know to what extent.
All right, that's good. All right, the Green Henry show said the priest said someone called Aaron, but Mayor said the priest was the last person to contact. So that is a suspect too. That is a situation. So Mayor said that the priest was the last contact. Now, and then the priest said that someone called her up, and then she got frantic, and then she went back out to the spot. She had him drop him off where she got murdered, and then he pulled off and everything else. So I'm going to eliminate the Deacon right now, Deacon Mark. I don't think he did it. I think that the reasons why he would be targeted and why he would be suspect and why he threw the bike over is all because of his past thing. And I think that it was really too obvious that he would do it, and they really wanted you to think it was him to throw you off as a viewer. That I just don't see it any way of it being him.
And when he mentioned that the previous incident at a different parish where they actually cleared him, I'm not saying obviously things happen like that. Things happen, bad things happen there too. But this scene at the restaurant where they attacked that deacon, things got out of hand. I mean, as far as people should know, it's like he's been cleared. So, and the people treat him as if he actually done it. So that's completely understandable why he would want to, like, why he thinks that nobody believes him or would believe him in
You
this.
wouldn't
Because
believe him. I mean,
with all the things point to him, kind of, and we can count on people being, smart enough to.
let's think of it like this. Say there was someone who was convicted for burglary, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's around and something gets stolen. I mean, you're going to look at him because he has the record. When you have the record, people are going to think you're the one who did it.
Right.
I mean, he has the accusation. Now, whether he actually did it or not, he says he didn't, but the accusation is there. And when you have an accusation of something, it could stain you. That's why people get sued for defamation of character. Because one accusation can ruin you, whether it's true or not.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, and
it sticks. The rumor sticks. There's always doubt.
Yeah, without a shot. So I'm taking the Deacon out. What about you with the Deacon?
Yeah, I'm fine taking him out. If they actually make it to be him, I'll be shocked.
All right, let's go to Dylan. All right, they're trying to really push you that Dylan's the killer of Aaron. They really are.
I wonder what the deal is.
The thing is about it, I think when I look at the killer of Aaron, I said this from the jump, and I told y'all at the beginning that y'all could go back and check the videos. I said it before. I said it from the beginning. The person who killed her, to me, is the baby's father. Has to be the baby's father, and has to not want that to come out. The fact that Dylan is not the baby's father, and I think it's pretty obvious. I told y'all in the other episode before who the baby's father was. I told you it was him. Came out, and I think we all know now that it definitely is. So that is the reason why I don't think it's Dylan. But evidence is looking like there are things to put there, right? So Dylan didn't want the diary. He convinced the girl to tell Matt a lie about the diaries. She had the diary somewhere else. He went back and got the diaries with the girl and his accomplice, the black dude that was in the car. They burnt the diaries, except for she had one picture. She took a picture out of that diary. Yeah. You know, we don't know what that picture was. A photo. She took it and she put it in her jacket. He wasn't there that night. His girlfriend said he left that night. And no one would know. So you wouldn't have known he left that night until last episode. There was no hint of anything that he left that night. So no one would know that he left that night, but he definitely left that night. Putting all that in, he knew about them getting into the fight in the park, and he dumped the body there, right? Possibly framing his girl that he was trying to leave, right? So I think it's important to know that killer must have known that she had that fight. You know, why else would you drive back? Because why would you drive 5 miles? 5, 6 miles, or whatever, 11 miles? Because she couldn't bike it. Why would you drive all that way with the body and dump it there? Why would you just leave it in that spot? Why did you just shoot her, leave her right there? Why would you take the clothes off of her and dump her in that spot? Only way you would do that is if you knew she was there earlier that night. Only a couple of people knew she was there earlier that night. We know it was the Deacon because he picked her up, and we know Dylan definitely knew about it because he was there when she got into a fight. So a lot of things do point towards Dylan. The reason why I'm going to say I don't think it's him is because he's not the baby's daddy. And I just think, now, at that time, he did believe he was. So you could say that, you know, at that time, he believed that he was the baby's daddy. She could have been threatening him for the money. And you see, he's a piece of shit. He stole the money.
The kid is still here, basically. And he's still, I'm assuming he's stealing it. I mean, he put it in his pocket, but... unless he does the, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, you can take the baby and here's the money I've been saving that I was meaning to give to the baby. If he does that, oh my God.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's Dylan. What do you think about Dylan? I mean, it could be. I'm not saying. And what do y'all, obviously, I'm asking everybody in the chat the same questions I'm asking Lamar, or highlight your answers and stuff. Dylan, does anyone think it's Dylan? And if so, I want to know why what makes you believe Dylan is actually the killer?
I am thinking that, I mean, logically, if he would be the one killing her, he would be the one stuck with the baby. And he does not want the baby. Even when he knew that it's his baby, he was not even spending time with the kid. Kinda, he was just dumping the poor kid on his parents. So I don't think he would want the entire responsibility to be the father to the child. So by killing her, he would be stuck with the kid. Just for that, from the reasoning of that, I would say it wouldn't make a sense in his mind. He didn't want the kid.
Yeah, he didn't seem
He'll
like
be
he
stuck
wanted
with
the
it.
kid at all. And if she did kill her, he would be stuck with the kid. And you're correct in that. So I think they're really trying to push Dylan as the killer as they push the priest first, the deacon. But I don't think that it was him. I don't think he's the killer
I wonder
at
what
all.
the whole necklace thing or the pendant. Maybe I missed it, but didn't they say something in the car about that? Like, did you something about if she left the necklace there, or did I just? I wonder. That's a question for the chat too. Was there a conversation in the car about that pendant with the date? Like, it just sounded like it was kind of planted over there, but I might have missed it or misunderstood it.
Yeah, if chat let me
I
hook
missed
us
it.
up with that answer 100%. I'm going.
Mhm.
All right, let's go to Richard, the boyfriend. Now the boyfriend because the other boyfriend got shot and killed.
Oh
Uh,
my god. So that Mare is deadly, deadly woman. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I hear people saying it's Richard. I don't think it's Richard because I think that night he was with Mare. I don't see him having the
Yeah.
time to go out there, and why everything else just doesn't fit. She got a phone call. That's why she went back out there. How would Richard have a phone number to give her that for that call? He wouldn't. That puts him out. He was with Mare that night, so that puts him out. He has no connection to this chick to want to kill her whatsoever. There's nothing there.
Yeah, if they do like a weird reveal, then I'm like, okay, I would like to see how it happened, not just being told that it happened. There has to be some kind of build up. I don't
Richard's
see
the killer.
that.
You can't say Richard's the killer, even though she
But
did. You can't just pull up and say Richard's the killer. That's it. Bye bye. Show's over. I don't see it.
yeah.
I don't see why he would kill that. Like the only reason I could see, as I said before, of her being murdered is that if the baby's father didn't want that information to get out, and she threatened to put that information out there because she needed money for that child.
Yes.
That's it. Richard, in any way, if he was the baby's father, he has the money to pay it.
Oh yeah, and I don't think he would care. I mean, isn't she a minor? I don't know.
I don't think she's a minor. She's. I mean, maybe when she had the baby, she was.
Yeah, so I wonder how that works. If he would be, having sex with a minor. I don't know how that stuff goes. But that would be the only thing.
Yeah, well, I 100% can't see. I can't see it being him. I really. How do you feel about Richard?
I said before that I would like for him to be in a bad guy role because he's very good at it. Why would they have him there? But maybe they just have him there because he's good and he gives me something and other people something to think about. But I don't see him being involved because we don't see it anymore. We only got like maybe a couple clues in the beginning, suspicious like we did for everybody else, but there's nothing else that I see that ties him in. And if they explain it to me like in a 5-minute montage, and then that's going to be a really not a happy 5 minutes for me.
Yeah, no, he doesn't look like a guy holding a gun down to shoot this little girl in the head. He just doesn't see it, and I wouldn't know why he would be there. That brings us, so we're done with him. That brings us to the guy I believe, and I have told y'all this from before, who the killer is, and that's Billy. I think it's Billy, 100%. I believe Billy is the murderer of
Billy.
Eric.
Billy. I'm sorry. Who's Billy? That's
he's the brother
to John's brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I think without it. All right. So
he's her uncle, isn't he? No, wait.
He's our father's cousin.
He's her father's cousin or brother? Cousin. So he's like kind of like her, some kind of an uncle.
Our second cousin. Second cousin.
You know cousin. What I mean?
So when you look at Billy, the reason why I said it has to be the baby's daddy, He's definitely the baby's father. He said, you know, at that when they sat down there, he goes out there. He gets everybody a beer. He's the one who says, "Y'all want beer?"
Right.
He goes out and gets the beers. He says, "Oh, didn't Erin stay with you?" He lies and says, "Oh, yeah, for like a week." And she goes, "Wasn't it more like a month?" All of a sudden, I gotta go.
Yep.
It was your idea to get the beer.
Yeah, and the beer's just standing there like, dude.
Want to get a beer. And they love that goddamn Rolling Rock out there. All right?
Yeah.
You know what? Next stream, I'm going to have some Rolling Rock. I'm going to get me some Rolling Rock beer for next stream for y'all. All right? I'm going to have the Rolling Rock. We're going to drink some Rolling Rock here. But he said it. You know, that's like this. You cannot go and say, hey, do you want some cake? Give everybody a piece of cake. And then say, all right, I got to go before you even have a bite.
Right.
There's something going on here. And then stuttering throughout the whole thing, stuttering.
Right.
And this would be the reason why who else would call her, who would have that number to call her, would be him. Because she probably already threatened him and said, listen, I need money for my son's, you know, my son's surgery. You're either going to tell me or I'm telling my father that you fucked me. And you seen how crazy her father was.
Yes.
And he grew up with this guy. That's his cousin. So he knew the father would kick his ass. So he didn't want that type of drama. He didn't want that beef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was like, I got to do something about this. And I think that's what he did it. I think he's the one who killed her for that reason. He would be the one to contact. Now, that is, I would say, suspect to the point that, you know, Mayor said that the priest was the last one to cut. But it didn't have to be a phone call. You can call people on Facebook, right?
Exactly. So it's not listed like
that. Does that come across? Is she checking this the regular phone records? You can call people on Facebook. You can video chat people. You can put messages like that. So it could be a situation like that, and that could have been the last communication. But the deacon was the last one she actually physically called. Yeah, but you can still contact people without physically calling them. So I think when I added it all up, this motherfucker, the baby daddy, he didn't want that shit exposed because he was scared to get his ass beat by her father, which we seen her father was a goddamn nut.
I mean, he shot the other dude. He shot him. Not just shot, he wanted to kill him. What's his name? Dylan.
First off, he wanted to make him suffer because he made him drive with the gun on him. Feel that way. Right. So if he was willing to do that to him, imagine he found out that his cousin, who he went to stay with, done fucked his daughter and got her pregnant.
Yeah. And at that point, Dylan,
as small as this motherfucking Billy is, it's pretty obvious that guy would have kicked the shit out of him.
Oh yeah.
Would have beat the fuck right out of him. He don't want that work. He don't want nothing to do with that. So I think both brothers are dirty in the end. I think it's both of those fucking brothers. I think the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I think it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's who I think he's the one who drew her back to that whole situation. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. And he's the only one I could see that would have contact with her to be able to do that. The only thing really can't work out is that I don't know if he knew that she was at that park. I'm gonna have to go back if there's anything that says that she had that date and she was going up to that park, because that's what makes me think it won't be Dylan, because she just got catfished, right?
Yeah.
She just got catfished and got beat up for being catfished. So would Dylan be able to call her up and say, "Hey, I need to speak to you. Come out here"? Would she really fall for that again and go back out there after she just got her ass kicked?
But then at the same time, I don't think he would really be that stupid, because things were recorded, and I'm sure he knew that it was recorded. And if he was planning on killing her, and I think there's an echo, just to let you know, if he would actually be planning on killing her or not even planning on that, like, why would he be involved in that fight right before? I mean, that would have to be a really dumb decision.
Yeah. Let me turn this volume down a little bit. Maybe that'll do it.
Okay.
All right. There you go. That should take care of it.
All right.
But people say no motive. I've given motive, and I've given opportunity why he would have. I mean, you have to have all those things, right? When you solve a
Mm-hmm.
crime, you have to have motive, you have to have opportunity, right, to
Yep.
do it, and you have to have the means
Means
to do it.
exactly.
Those three things.
And speaking of means, there's somebody in the chat mentioned that there's a gun that Billy does own or he has access to a gun, right?
Oh yeah, well,
And the ballistics are coming in like in a couple days or whatever. The detective said, Zobel
yeah,
said.
yeah. Listen, these guys. Anyone who lives in a community like that all has
Mhm.
access to guns. They all got guns. Every one of them. Everybody got guns out there. You know what I mean? And I will say this too about guns, real quick about guns. The black guy who took that gun,
Yes.
I think he's gonna get shot and killed because he has that gun. I think that's because I think that I think when we seen it, this has really not to do nothing to do with that, but I think that's how it ends because we see it in the beginning. His sister saying she just wants him to die already.
Yeah.
When he just die already, he keeps committing these crimes. I think the fact that he has that gun, that he's actually going to try to either rob somebody or pull it on someone by accident or whatever, and he's going to wind up getting shot and killed. And I think he's going to die before it's all said and done. I think that he's definitely going to get taken out because he has possession of that gun. I don't think that was they didn't make him just take that gun just for a throwaway. Because they could have just made him just leave the gun, just like he left the money, and just ran off. But they made him take it for a reason. It has to come back, that gun, for a reason. So I think he's going to get killed because he has that gun. I think that's how he gets taken out in the end because of that. Jess says, "I think the crackhead will be the hero at the end." That's a good thought, right? And I think if it was some type of non-realistic type show that it possibly he could do that, But I think realistically, Jess, I think we have to. I think this is the way he goes. I think he has to go out. And I think that's how he goes out and everything. We have over 100 people here watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I want to thank everyone for coming out here. We have more and more people every week, and it's a shame that the series is going to end,
And it's a miniseries. I mean, it's great, but it's because I said they can't mess it up too much, right? If it's one season, but it's just one season.
And I think that this woman, I think she should win an award for her portrayal of Mare because I think that
she's great.
She's really amazing, and she's a really amazing actress. And it just shows you when you have the quality of actor of how good a show can be and how much acting truly does matter. You just can't put anybody in these roles and stuff.
And isn't she part of actually? I think she's somebody else in it too. And again, I think there's an echo again. Just letting you know.
Is there really?
Yeah. And in the chat, let me know if it's just me or if you can also hear the echo. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Anyway, so I'm gonna quickly look it up too. I think she's involved in this more than just being an actor. Right? I think there's.
Yeah, I think she's producer too.
That's right, something. So it's nice that people who are actually involved in a movie and are involved in a movie are doing a good job, not just to put themselves there because they want to do it, but they are able to do it. So.
Oh, stick these headphones on.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It's to make sure there's no type of actor. I mean, it's a little late to do that, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah. So that's what I think. All right. So I'm sure there's other suspects that we could talk about, but I am 100% on board with Billy. This is my guy. How do you feel about Billy? Do you think Billy is the killer or no? And I'm asking everybody in the chat, obviously, again.
I see him as having a confrontation with Erin and things going wrong. Maybe he was trying to convince her not to, but he had the gun on him either way, just in case. And things went wrong, and she ended up dead because maybe he wasn't able to convince her not to say anything. Because he had a lot to lose. I mean, having sex with a minor and being, a family member too. Whatever kind of uncle, great. I don't know what they're called. Like if it's once removed or whatever, it's still not a good thing. Plus, she was a minor under his roof. You're supposed to protect them, not get them pregnant.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous that he's the father. Not
Yeah.
everyone is sold that he's the killer. People think that he's not the killer. They think he's the father, not the killer. Renee, I think Billy's the baby's father, and he's the father. And if he's the father, he's the killer. Yeah, I 100%. I think the father is the killer. You have to have a motivation to do it. I think this is the motivation to do it. That's what I'm seeing. Dawn Bailey had a gun. Dawn Bailey is the woman with cancer, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that a woman was stricken with cancer, and to the point that she was, would have shot that young girl in the head like that. After
and dragged her body back.
Yeah, dragged her body back.
She looks very frail.
Yeah,
fragile.
Pick up her body, bring it all the way back, and toss it over. After her daughter was kidnapped and been gone all this time.
Yeah.
I cannot see Dawn Bailey doing anything like that at all.
Yeah.
At all. Father Dan, people are saying, what has motivation? What is Father Dan's motivation? I don't see it. But if you do, let me know. Why do you think Father Dan is the killer? If you think Father Dan, I don't know if it's Father Dan.
It's that hair, that Irish gene in him. Probably that was the thing that we were thinking about. The baby looking kind of like more like him. Because who else has similar?
Yeah, he says
hair.
He says the cover for Deacon Mark. I don't think so. I don't think he knew anything about the whole situation of Deacon Mark and Erin until he got told that. So I don't think that he knew anything. I mean, when Deacon Mark told him, I was with her, I threw the bicycle over the thing.
That was the confession at that time. To something different. Confessing to something that was actually not a crime, but would look like a crime to somebody wanting to just get a confession out of anybody, to close the case.
Exactly. So I don't think he knew enough to go through all the lengths to kill that girl. And I just don't see it. There's nothing for him to know. I don't think that father did anything. You know what I mean? I don't think he did anything to that girl. In her diary, when you look at the diary, when the girl opens it up, it specifically says that Deacon Mark is trying to get her to go to church and be more involved with the Lord. That's what's written in that diary. If you stop,
you made a video and you paused on that.
Yeah, and I paused, and you could read it right on the thing. So it clearly says that she didn't put in that diary, "Oh, he's disgusting. He's touching my boobs.
Right.
He's looking at me in a funny way." She specifically said that he's trying to get her more involved in the church.
So basically, that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking, why would Dylan want to get rid of that stuff? Because that passage over there that was highlighted was clearing the deacon. That was that. So what's in there? That's we only have 2 episodes to find out about that part too. Like, what was in there that Dylan wanted to get rid of? Like, what did she have on him?
Yeah, something's going on. Dylan is dirty in another way.
Yeah.
There's something going on with Dylan, that he's dirty in another way, but I don't believe that it's him. You know what I mean? That he did it. I just don't see it. I mean, if it wound up being Dylan in the end, I would be disappointed. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be satisfying enough for me that he's the killer in the end. So I don't see that.
Yeah. Again, they were holding those girls over there, those young women. But at first I thought, okay, it's somebody who's like a sex addict or something like that. But again, that I don't know if it's about sex. It's about because they're basically being raped. So like always, people may think it's about sex, that somebody just wants sex from them. But it's about being in controlling somebody, domination. So I wonder why Dylan would want that. I mean, he does have a girlfriend. He always had a girlfriend, but again, he may be doing that because it may be separate from just having sex with somebody. It's actually about abusing somebody.
I think
so. It's tricky.
I think that photo in there has got something to do with Billy. I think it's something to do with Billy, that photo she pulled out. I'm telling you that photo is going to put Billy right in the mix when it's all said and done. I think that's what that photo says. You know what I mean? I think that's what the Bernie L, Beef and Bernie L says, Shafan seems like a psychopath. Why? Why does everyone want Shafan? I don't see any evidence
But
that
she's
says,
so perfect, and people, if somebody's so perfect, like, what's wrong with them?
yeah, I don't see any evidence pointing towards her doing anything wrong at
She
all in
seems
it.
so nice. Just, you mentioned like last time she had sex, so after, not sex, she wanted to kind of make out. I don't know what they would do if they actually went through with it, but she broke up, but like that was the only kind of odd thing. But still, she wasn't cheating. She was broken up, but that was the only thing that I would see her doing that was kind of like iffy. Other than that, she seems perfect daughter, watching over her nephew, being here for everybody, doing this, that, and going to school. Like, what's up with her? I mean, are there angels like that? Apparently, if she has something to do with it, again, we only have 2 episodes to find out. And again, I don't want a 5-minute reveal telling me a story that they should have been unfolding over the past episode. Like, it was somebody else who we have not seen, or that would be just as bad.
Yeah, I don't
if
think
they do it
we're
like that.
gonna know until the last 15 minutes of the episode. I think that they'll keep it hidden or twist you until like the last 15 minutes, and then it'll be finale. It'll come right out then. I think they're really going to go that far with it. Code says Dylan refused to look at the journal. There's got to be something in it. It could just be that he's sleeping with her, and it could have been something else, like he was sleeping with her. Donna says Laurie is involved. Laurie is involved.
But didn't she, in a way, kick him out, John out, after finding out about the affair? So if she's involved, then
only way Laurie could be involved is if she could be involved in the kidnapping plot. Like that. Listen, if you're saying, I don't want anybody to get mad at me in the chat, all right? Be getting mad at the Don. I'm saying stuff. But if you're saying that she's like Tiny and her husband's like T.I. and she's involved in that way, then I could see it being a situation like that. But the fact that she's really upset that her husband's having an affair makes me think that she's not involved in it and everything else like that. That would be it. I think that she may be involved to the point where she can see something's going on and she's turned a blind eye to it, but not physically that she would be involved.
Do you think there's more to that with Laurie's son? I mean, the way he beat up those bullies. Was it for anything? Was there a reason for that, or was it just to reveal that there is an affair?
Say it again, please.
Where Laurie's son at school, right? He exploded at those bullies. Do you think there's anything with that, with his rage, or is it just a rage to so that he can have a way of talking to his mom about the affair? Was that the only thing that they did?
I think they did it to point out the affair of it and everything else. I think that's the way they did it. I think they did it to show that, hey, he's got anger issues. He's mad. He doesn't like his sister being picked on, but he would. And I think that it was a good note that he beat that kid up with the tray, and then Maya beat that guy up with the tray. They both did the tray attack, that thing. So he beat up his sister's bully with the tray, and then Maya picked up like a tray, and then she smacked the guy in the head with that, and then she was able to make her escape and get the gun and shoot the guy after that.
Oh, and that kill.
Jackie says, "Who's the mistress?" I said Faye. I think Faye is the mistress. Who did you have any idea?
I actually didn't expect anybody in particular. I just wondered why she would say the same woman. Was it just to kind of like, because it's not important, that it's not like some other women that he sleeps with? It just was a little bit odd that it was the same woman. But I did not have a name to it. I did not think about who that might have been.
Yeah, only after.
And what's the point of that too? What's the point of pointing out an affair if it's not important to the story? Like, why would they do that?
Yeah, no, they did that for a reason, and there's no doubt about it. That they did that, and yes, yeah, and Ron Mary is. I think there's no other woman for it to be. If they're going to say he's having an affair with a woman, really, there's no other. Who else could he be having an affair with? He ain't having an affair with. It ain't Mare, all right? Yeah, because it seemed like Mare, the first time she fucked, her boyfriend was the first guy she fucked in a while. You know what I mean?
And Faye is John's.
It's Frank's fiance.
Fiance, yeah.
Mare's ex-husband's fiance is Faye. Also, the name of my kid's mother is Faye, and then my ex-girlfriend after her's name is Erin. So,
oh my god, all those names are popping up.
You know, there's certain names of exes that. No matter if there's a girl that has that same name, you would never date them no matter what.
You mentioned the previous exes, I remember. Yeah.
Those are my names. That no matter what, I would never date a girl named Erin, Faye, or Desiree in my goddamn life again. Like, I don't care who she is or what she has. Those names are off limits for me forever.
People quickly changing their names.
We have 108 people and only 50 likes.
Aw.
Come on now, that's not good. I mean, seriously, we got to get those likes up.
The more likes we get, the more people are going to be alerted to this. So
yeah, it's just not right. I mean, we got over 115 people here right now. 50 likes is terrible. That would be bad. People asking that's terrible. So this is free. A like is not costing you any money. You know what I mean? Come on. Let's help.
Renee's right. 111 and 56 thumbs up. Yeah, it's a quick press of a button.
That's it. That's all I'm asking. Where has Richard gone? I don't think they said where he gone, but he's back next episode. We know. He's back next episode with no competition.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, he's gonna be like, should I go with her? Like, it sounds kind of dangerous, right? Everybody drops dead around her.
Yeah, it seems like it. You know, and we still have to have the tie-in with her son. There's got to be something going on with the son.
There's a lot of things to and I don't know how they're gonna do it. Okay, I don't want them to mess it up. Like there's so much unresolved stuff.
Yeah, Bridge 4 says, what about the ferret thing? Not just Dan's ferret face, but his black and white priest wardrobe, plus all the father illusions in the show. I think the ferret thing is wrapped up. I think that old man was the ferret.
Just walking around.
Yeah, I think he's just walking around with dementia. And I think I think he was the ferret. I mean, unless there's another ferret, but I don't think.
I mean, he was taller, but not too tall, and he was more of a skinnier person, not like broad shouldered.
You know, he may not be the ferret, but the ferret. The ferret is the next door neighbor that was smoking in his back. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the ferret has anything to do with it anymore, because I think that it's ferret. I don't know.
Maybe the ferret, the whole thing about it was just to show that Mare is able to just erase evidence like that. Like, okay, I don't want to deal with it right now. Delete. Just to kind of set up her character.
Percy says that the coat was the same. He said course, we meant coat. You know, so I think that's true. Green Henry show, and I'm sorry if Green Henry show. I wasn't trying to say something about, but we just don't want spoilers like that. But I wasn't trying to dish you, bro. I ain't trying to block you or anything like that. Anything like that. But I think someone killed Betty. What would be the reason to kill Betty? It seemed like she had a heart attack and hit the tree, hit the pole. So it seemed like it was the catalyst. So I think that when I look at what happened to her, this is a lady who had a heart attack and hit the pole, and it made a blackout for everybody. So it turned everybody's lights off. put everybody in the dark.
Yeah.
But from that darkness came all the truth, right?
Right.
Darkness is like the illusion.
Yeah.
And then from that, because that's when everything got exposed, right? That's when everyone started finding things out. That's when Mare found out about her daughter making the documentary when she was walking around with the thing. So I think all the truth came out. That's got her husband to confess of having an affair. So everything came out of that darkness. Came light. Everything else got brought to light.
I mean, I did not expect any
That's a
of
better way
that.
to say it, right? So out of her darkness, everything else got brought to light, right?
Yeah.
Because of that. So I would think it would be something more like that if you look at it and everything else.
They do a great thing with like different metaphors and kind of like saying the name of the episode and how it relates. There's always a meaning, so I guess that's a perfect way of saying it. Like you said it, Tony. Like when the curtains, everything goes dark, and then the lights go off, and then you can see the cast. You can they open the curtains and they all bow, so you can kind of see all the stuff. So it was kind of like it's like the curtains are open or opening now. So. And it all over, illusion. I would have never guessed that Helen would be having an affair with some dude out there. I just
that was so funny, and the way Mare just laughed at her on the ride home, like
it was amazing. I mean, there was such a great balance in this episode of everything. I mean, there was blood, there was death, unexpected death, there were reveals, there was comedy, and then it was. I loved the entire episode.
Yeah, that damn Colin trying to get that tortellini. He's like, she goes, and you thinking what I'm thinking? What's that? I can try that tortellini. He wanted to try that tortellini so bad and everything else. But I think we went through this a little earlier why it was called illusions. I think that it's called illusions because when you have achieved something in life that other people consider great, it truly is an illusion of who you truly are because people want you to live up to that expectation, that greatness. They think that everything you're going to do later in life is going to be as great. And that's all just an illusion because, as Mare said, people are just fucked up. When she broke it down to him, she's like, listen, my husband lives behind me, blah, blah, blah. I have this, you don't want any part of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're up to 73 likes. Can we break 100 likes here? You know what? How about this? If we break 100 likes, I'll do a giveaway tonight.
Oh my goodness!
All right, I don't think I've done the giveaway on these streams.
I don't think we've done it on a live stream like this.
I don't think I've done it in a while. We usually have the Lady and Don giveaway show, and we have a whole show devoted to give away gifts to the people who watch.
It's been a while,
We usually do that around Christmas and stuff. We haven't done it. Maybe we'll do a giveaway show soon. But if we hit 100 likes tonight, which should not be a problem because we have over 100 people watching, we will go to the likes. We'll put it up there in the end. We'll give away a gift. What will we give away? Let's get to 100 likes first, and then obviously I'll put this out there. You have to be a subscriber to win. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, you're not eligible to win. So if we hit 100 likes and you're a subscriber to the channel, you can win. I'm gonna check. So. Don't think like, I'm just going to do it. I will check and I'll find out. And if you're not, you're just not going to get it. And that's what it's going to be. But what would we give away if we were able to do something?
I'm not sure. This is definitely not After Dark show.
No, it's not. Maybe I'll give you a case of Rolling Rock beer. How about that?
I need to look for that one too.
I could give away a Rolling Rock t-shirt. I'm sure they have those.
Oh.
Right? Let me look at Amazon.
I have no idea. Let's see. What is it called? Rolling Rock? That's what it's called?
Yeah, let me look on Amazon and see if they have a Rolling Rock t-shirt up there.
Oh, my problem. Amazon. Oh, it's so addicting. Rolling Rock. There's t-shirt, and there's all kinds of stuff.
Is there a Rolling Rock t-shirt? There are Rolling Rock t-shirts.
Yeah.
Right there, Rolling Rock t-shirt logo. I will give away, we had 100 likes, I'll give away a Rolling Rock t-shirt tonight if we hit 100 likes to someone. in here, and I'll ask the question. I'll think of a Mare of Eastwood. Jake is like cookies.
Oh, those cookies are evil. They're so good.
Yeah,
Oh my
I don't want
gosh.
to tempt people to eat those cookies because those cookies are too good.
My children got addicted to those cookies. They
Uh,
bought it for themselves.
did they really
Actually,
buy it for themselves?
yes, they bought a case for me for Mother's Day, and they bought it for themselves, saying, "Oh, it was free shipping." And when I ordered two, so we ordered some for ourselves. So I'm like,
It is free shipping when you order. That's how they get
so
you.
they got me a box. I'm like, I should have gotten 2 boxes, and you would not have paid shipping on it. And they don't know. You said we got cookies, chocolate and chip cookies, and you got all the stuff that you like. I'm like, well, thank you. So they are evil. They're so evil and good. Oh, anyway.
Those cookies are bad news. I had to stop it because I was eating too many of them, so I didn't order anything in the world. How about this T-shirt from Delco NoCo? Like, what is that? Delco No. What is this? Is that a Bernie T-shirt or something? Who's that T-shirt from Delco? No one likes us. We don't care. Delco T-shirt. I can't click on the links here on StreamYard. I'm not watching it on the thing. Okay. What is that?
I don't know. Let's see.
You click on that and see what that is.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna open the chat here. There we go.
We're gonna keep talking about this.
Yeah.
Keep talking about what is that?
This is It says we're from Delco. No one likes us. We don't care. It says it's a T-shirt that says we're from Delco. No one likes us. We don't care.
Is that where the show was shot or something?
I don't know. If it is, I've missed that.
Straight out of Delco. All right, I will. Lady Starford, please tell me what cookies you're talking about. All right, we still have. Let's go through when we hit that.
Yes.
If you have any questions, let's go through the questions real quick. We'll worry about that other stuff later. We'll try to chill on here for another half an hour. I'm going to, when I get off of here, I'm going to do just a talking stream with Phil for a little bit. He wants to shoot the shit real quick, so we'll do that, and then everything else. But yeah, we could do it straight out of Delco County in the shirt, whatever. I'll give you one of the shirts or whatever, and everything else like that. All right, so let's talk about the show. Let's get. What about John Ross as the killer? We're going over stuff we already went over.
John Ross as killer, yeah.
We already talked about John being the killer. Now, I think that John is the kidnapper's cohort. I think that John is the person with the beard that the sex worker said when she got abducted, the guy had a beard. I think that was John. I think he's the poker playing. He's one of the guy's poker friends, and he's down. As for actually killing Erin, I think it's his brother. I think they're both involved. They're both going to go to jail, but I think that's what it is. Now, could the wife be the Tiny to his TI and be complicit, know that something's going on and never speak up about it? Quite possibly I could see something like that. You know what I mean? But that's right. No. He's not the baby's daddy. The baby daddy.
It's what's his name?
Billy.
Billy.
Billy is the baby's daddy. That's my opinion, Lady Star.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me too that would be the father.
Yeah, it's Billy. I agree.
And the way he got nervous and all that, like it just.
John is the kidnapper. Billy is the killer. And that's what it is. The Bridge, leave a comment. Someone saying, hey, celebrity bikinis in the building rocking with us right now. And everything else and all that. Is that? I thought that was a picture. Who's in that bikini, celebrity bikini? I think the shot of the coffee. I think the coffee shot was a mirror shot of Billy's beer can. And that coffee shot was very important because they did focus on that coffee, just like they focused on Billy's beer bottle to let you know that Billy did not. He went out there and said, hey, do you guys want to drink? Got everybody the beer and then left. Jackie's asking, who is Billy again? Billy is the guy who Erin lived with, who is the cousin of her father, who is John's brother. It's the Ross brothers.
Yes.
So That is who it is.
Do you think that Mare would take the beard for DNA and stuff?
I think that I don't know if he put his lips on it, but it did seem like she was focused on it. Like I'm gonna take that
Yeah.
beer, but he didn't even take a sip out of it.
I didn't notice that either.
No,
I
he
just
didn't take. He didn't even take
yeah.
it. I mean, she could take it for fingerprints of. He didn't even take a sip because as soon as she said
Yeah.
they hammered him with that question, he got
Yeah.
his ass up, put his jacket on, and bounced as fast as he could.
Yep.
He was out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got scalp wrap. Looks good. Who's got scalp to wrap?
No, it's a haircut. It's a haircut.
Oh.
It's a messy haircut. It felt like I kind of I took scissors to my hair and did this. So.
Well, you always look beautiful. You did a great job as always and stuff. But that is who Billy. Anyone else says? Also says who also looks like a ferret and a gas. I mean, you could say Billy looks like a ferret, but I think the ferret thing may be over. I think it's just that guy.
Yeah.
I think it was just the old man walking around with dementia. I think that's what it is. Dollar Blazing. Thank you for rocking with us. Says I think she was looking at the fact that he got a new beard only to leave. Totally suspect. Yeah, there's no doubt that's why she was looking at it. That's why they focused on it.
She can always get she's not working there anymore, but she could always ask back then the still living detective to take, like, hey, I think he may be a suspect. Just, have him run the test for, if he's the daddy.
Yeah, she's really looking for him. She could really find out. But I think that listen, the whole mystery. So, as I said, the killer to me is the baby's dad. I believe he's the baby's dad. That was the whole thing. So the motivation would be the baby's dad is suspect. We don't know who was sleeping with her, and she was looking for money for her son. The only reason anyone would have to kill her would because they didn't want to be exposed as the baby's dad, because she must have said, "Hey, I need this money for my son, and if I don't get it, I gotta tell someone." When I look at it, her father, as I said a little bit earlier, was a maniac. I think if he found out that his cousin slept with his daughter and fucked him up, that he would beat his ass. Yep. And I think that would be enough reason for him to have a motivation all the way around. I think that's what it would be. So that's why I'm going with it at 100%. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm sticking with. Anyone else has any other questions about this episode? I'm going to put out a preview episode of the trailer tomorrow. So that'll drop tomorrow. I'll break down the whole trailer, and I can show you exactly what I think is going to happen. And I'm, Elamar, 2 episodes left. We might have to go to the pregame show.
Ooh, nice. A pregame. I miss those.
I know. We haven't done a pregame show in a while.
Yeah.
So maybe like 9 o'clock Eastern time because it starts at 10 o'clock Eastern. We'll come on for an hour and talk about exactly what we think is going to happen in the episode for the final 2 episodes. Maybe we'll go back to it. We have someone that says, "What about Aaron's money?" I just think the reason why he took it was to show that he's a piece of shit.
All right.
I think that's the reason why they had him take it.
And even if he takes it and gives it, if he says anything besides the fact that, but again, he cannot say, even if he would give it to the baby, he cannot say where he found it, because that's going to be a bad thing. So whatever he does at this point is going to be a bad thing. Because if he says it's his money, then he's basically just, again, that's not right. Even giving it. I don't see him giving it to the baby. But even if he did, he would have to lie where he got it. So that's not good. That's going to speak highly of him.
All right. I think that we have exhausted this issue, this stream. I think we've done it. I think everyone here. Thank you all. What are our likes at right now, Elamar? Can you tell me?
Oh, hold on. I'm in a StreamYard, so I can't see that. But oh no, we only have 94.
All right. So we did not hit the mark.
Yeah.
I would have did it if we would have hit the mark, but we weren't able to hit the mark. Maybe next
Sure.
time we'll hit the mark. I'm sorry about it. There's nothing I can really do about it. But I told you if we
Yeah.
would have hit it, we would have got it. But we could not pull it off. So I apologize to the people.
Mm.
Maybe next time we could we'll hit it, and we can get that. We can get that thing popping. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have hit it. We should have hit it, but
Yep.
it is what it is. All right. I guess that means we're gonna get out of here right now, and everything else.
They're doing a countdown. It's like 99, 97. Hold on.
Oh no! I don't know.
People are waking up. If somebody's watching on the TV, like, oh my god, I gotta get up, log into my phone. It was a great episode. I loved it. This was my favorite episode, I think, so far. I think, yeah.
It truly was. It truly was. Did we hit 100 likes?
On my chat it says 99, but somebody says it's 100. So.
Oh my god. Let me say something. All right. Let me see. I gotta look at it myself.
Okay.
And we'll see if we.
The 101. We had 101 right now. It's at 101. 102, 107. Oh my goodness. It is changing.
All right. Are we there?
According to my thing, we are at 101.
All right. This is if you are a subscriber to Teflon TV, right? And you can subscribe right now. You can do it. If you subscribe, that means you are eligible to win this prize. If you're not a subscriber, you're not eligible to win the prize. So you can just you can win you can just subscribe right now, and that's it. I'm gonna check. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna ask a question. If when you see this word right here pop up that I put in there, Teflon, only answers after that will count. All right.
And we're gonna be looking at our screen here in StreamYard. It's not in the chat that people are seeing. We're gonna go by our chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by StreamYard check. All right.
Yeah.
This question is going to deal with Mare of Easttown. Even though I keep saying Eastwood, I know people keep making fun of me I say it. All right. I'm going to say this question. Is everybody ready? All right, here we go. It'll be either the Rolling Rock shirt or the Straight Outta Delco County shirt. I'll decide whatever you get. And if you do win, hit me up, Teflon TV on Facebook. That's how we get it. All right, here we go. The girl who has what is it? Down syndrome?
Yes, Down syndrome.
What is her name on the show?
First name, both.
Full name.
First and last.
The girl who has Down syndrome on the show, who was getting teased, and I would have beat the shit out of those guys for throwing shit at her. If that was me, and I was in that lunchroom, I would have beat him worse than that kid did. What is her name on the show?
First and last name.
First and last name on the show. What is the first and last name on the show?
And it has to be spelled correctly. I think, right?
Yeah, we want a correct spelling here.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have a winner here somewhere. All right. Do you know the name, Elamar?
I don't, but I see it right now. It must be that.
It is Mora, M-O-I-R-A, Ross, R-O-S-S. Who is the person, Elamar, please tell us, who is the winner of this T-shirt?
Now, Tony, there's a question I have. Does it have to be in one line? Because I see Bernie with a misspelling, but right after that, she actually spells it correctly, the last name. Right under that. Depends how you want to go with that.
So what are we saying here when we look at it? Who did it?
Bernie L has it right under, like she says Mora, and then right under it she says Ross, because she misspelled Ross right like above it. So I don't know.
Renee M is saying William Lockhart. Is she William Lockhart before Bernie or no? Maud Mary says Bernie L. Evelyn says Bernie L. Jesse says William. Who is it? Is it William or is it Bernie? Who wins?
Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. There's William Lockhart, and Grace is her middle name. That's a full name.
Is Grace her middle name?
I think.
I don't know if it is.
Mora Grace Ross. That's what William Lockhart says.
If it is, then it is. I'm not saying it's not. Then if he put all that out there,
I think, didn't you say that actually that was her middle name, that you actually caught it in the other episode? That is the middle name of hers.
Then that's who it is. Mora Grace Ross. If that is what it is, if it's Mora Grace Ross, then he put that down. Then that's the name of then that's what it is, right?
I'm Googling now.
Then he is the winner.
All right. I don't know how he got it so quickly, but he did.
Is it more great? Because I'm seeing.
I don't even know where to find it. Oh my goodness!
It's putting up Schitt's Creek up here. Let me go to IMBD.
People are so good at Googling stuff quickly. Alrighty. I'm doing it the wrong way. I should have just done the cast off.
I think he's the winner. It said I put in Mora Grace Ross, and what came up was Mare of Easttown. So that is who I believe it is. Wait, it says must include Grace. Is it Grace? I don't know if there's a Grace in it. I mean, I don't know. Let me see.
All right, see, there we go. We should get this now.
What? Oh, when she was talking about the prom, did she say her middle name and call her Gracie? Let's give the guy the T-shirt.
Yep.
I think he deserves it. All right, he's the winner of the T-shirt. Let's give him the shirt. All right, who was it?
William Lockhart.
William Lockhart. You have won the T-shirt. Hit me on Teflon TV. Tell me, yeah. Nah, Jesse J. If he won fair and square, he gets the prize. What do you mean? What are we talking about? No, whoever wins. Mm-hmm. It's got nothing to do with anything. William Lockhart, hit me up, Teflon TV. Congratulations. I will send you out that T-shirt tomorrow. If you hit me up today, if you hit me tonight, you'll get it tomorrow. Congratulations.
So obviously size and all that too.
Just give me the size and stuff like that. I'll send you the T-shirt out. We'll be back. Sunday night. Let's plan on Sunday night. We'll be back to do the pre-game show for the last 2 episodes, and then we'll be back again to do the post-game show. We'll keep it going. Yep. Congratulations. Make sure you are subscribed to Teflon TV so that you have a chance to win and you get notified every time. And click that bell and the notifications and everything else. I will be right back with Phil the Issues Guy. I'm going to talk to Phil, and this is not going to be about anything except for us just shitting. So, not literally shitting.
Oh my God.
All right. But we'll
That's
be back.
not that kind of show.
No, we're gonna just be shooting the shit because I'm just gonna be talking to him. All right. So thank you all for rocking with us. Truly, truly appreciate it. And what a great episode that this was.
Yes, it was.
And we cannot wait to see you next week. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace.
And stay sexy.